Hello, my name is Sydney, and my task is to assemble a team to produce 100 pizzas to be delivered within 4 hours to raise money for the Alpha Phi Omega business fraternity. The people I chose was Claudia from Cecile's interview because she has experience with McDonald's, which is a fast-paced food industry, which is exactly what we'll be doing. We'll be moving fast with creating food, so that's why I chose her. She also was in charge of making sure things were done right and everyone was trained properly. So I think she'd be great for having one of the lead roles in the group, actually. The next person was Alyssa Krimnitizer. She has worked in McDonald's as well, so I think she'd be able to work really well with Claudia because they were trained under similar management staff. And so they should be able to click and work well together from the looks of it. The third person I chose was Josiah Rumbold, who has done manual work along with counsel children and a public accountant firm. His manual labor job I feel like will help him with working hard in a time crunch. And his accountant firm jobs will give him the skills you need to mess with like time management and also budgeting for the event. I think since he's really good at numbers, he'll be able to complete these tasks and provide in that sense for the team. The fourth person I chose was Tyler from Nick Foley's interview. Because he has had packaging jobs, which is really repetitive, I think making 100 pizzas and making the same motions again, making these pizzas, will be just fine for him. I also chose him because he had a lower income job, which he got promoted fastly because of his ability to work hard. Everyone I chose is approximately 20 to 25 years old. I believe they'll work well together because they're all from the same generation and have all had low-paid jobs where they've worked hard, and a lot of them have gotten promoted. They're also young and full of energy, so making 100 pizzas will be no problem for them. In order to make this pizza efficiently, I put Josiah and Tyler on making dough because I have a good feeling these two will work well together since they've been in manual and repetitive labor. I also put Claudia and Alyssa in charge of making sauce because they both had worked at McDonald's, so they were under similar management and will likely be able to click and produce sauce in the most efficient way. The estimate prep time I think is going to be an hour 15-ish, so they'll have to work hard. I think after I'll put the two, since the two are on dough and the two are on sauce, I think that between the two groups they'll be able to create the product with little instruction on what to do. And then also I feel after that they should do an assembly line, which I think will work well. 2 people on dough still, which will be Josiah and Tyler. And since I think that'll take the longest, is rolling out the dough and making it into the pizza shape. And then Claudia will be putting sauce and toppings on, since she has the most experience with putting together sandwiches, which isn't the same, but in a sense is a similar task to do. And then last would be Alyssa, who will put them in the oven, take them out, make sure nothing burns, everything's going smoothly. So the leadership theory I'll use is authentic leadership because, you're positive, truth-telling, and accepting of new ideas, which is what I'll be. I'll give them a basis of what they're supposed to do, put them in their groups, but I'll let them really choose how they want to go about it, what they think. I'll take in all their opinions. I'll tell them where they're at, give them time, update them on how they're going. And like for motivation, I'll give them goals. I'll tell them every 15 minutes, I'll tell them if they're ahead of time, if they're behind time, just let them know, keep them on track. And then I'd also, for motivation, I think if I tell them like any pizzas they can take home with them, I think that'll be a good motivation to get them done faster. Since they are in their early 20s, free food kind of means a lot to them. I'm sure a lot of them don't necessarily always have the most money to buy their own food, so I think that would be nice. The group dynamic that I think will arise is that they are young, so they do strive for a sense of accomplishment. I think once they get going, they'll want to speed up their work, and they will almost want to see how many pizzas they can do, not only because they can get leftovers, but for a sense of pride and joy, like sense of accomplishment. They'd want to go, and I honestly think they'll start to have fun with it, especially with having a partner's almost in it. I know it's a group thing, but since I divided it in two, I think they'll be able to work well together and collaborate in improving time. On the fall side, I think things that might go wrong, I'm going to have to really talk about how they need to make sure to communicate with their partner as well as a group, because things can go wrong. Let's say they're getting at the store and Cecile has an idea. Since she's been a manager, she's had to lead. She's like, oh, I'm gonna get pre-made sauce, save some time, while she doesn't tell her partner Alyssa, who also buys like onions and garlic, which was the original plan, and then it gets mixed up. So then like ways to fix that communication issue might be then buying more tomatoes and then making a separate sauce and then combining them, making it in between a pre-made and a homemade sauce, just giving it a little higher end quality. Anyway, that's all I have. Seems like a good plan. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say. Thank you.